Hello and welcome back again. My name is Steven, and today, welcome back to the chat room. Today, we'll be talking about runes and masteries in the new runes and mastery system, specifically for AD carry, since that's the role I'm more known for, that I know the most about. So, at the moment, we don't know a lot about runes, or well, it is the rune system, it's not the mastery system, it is the rune system, it's Runes Reforged, if I remember correctly, is the name they're giving it. But in this new mastery system, or runes, whatever you want to call it, they've started to talk about all these different changes, like the zombie ward. There's a few others that they've recently shown off, but there hasn't been a lot of specific ones that we have seen yet that really relate for AD carries. And they've talked about it in the past. Even in one of their recent posts, they was talking about the possibility of adding more stat-based ones, more aimed at things like attack speed, since at the moment there's only one attack speed thing, and that is actually one of the keystones. So the only thing we know of so far is Berserk. So Berserk gives you, I think it's a 60% attack speed boost, and it can also surpass your attack speed cap of 2.5. Meaning, I'm not too sure how high it can go. You know, it could go up to 3, it could go up to 4, it could go to the old Kog'Maw at 5. We don't know. Either way, we know at the moment that this is probably going to be one of the big keystones for AD carries. I can't see really anyone else going for any other AD carry, any other keystone going for AD carry other than this one, because this one just seems to be the perfect fit. They might come out with like a lifesteal one to allow people that need the in-lane sustain, such as Vayne. Since Vayne has a hard time in the lane, give her a lifesteal one, like the current Warlords, since that's what she takes, just to get her through the lane. But what other things can they do? Well, if you actually look at the current Mastery system, because a lot of the current Mastery things that they've talked about is they're going to start taking things from the current Mastery system and actually updating them and making them a bit more better, really. Because one thing that's good about the new rune system is that it allows them to take a current rune and turn it up like 180. They can go above and beyond. And this is why things like all of the masteries we know of so far are extremely overtuned to what we're used to. Is because of the fact that because they are removing the runes and the mastery system and combining them, it allows them to go above and beyond with power into these. Since at the moment you have your runes where they don't give you a lot, but they give you enough early game power that you can tell when you don't have them on. So when they was doing the masteries, they had to make sure the masteries are strong, so they're meaningful, but they're not going to be overbearing, which they would have if we had the new mastery system now. But with the old rune system, it will be very overtuned and it'll be just overpowered and broken. Everybody will be just one-shotting people left, right, and center at level 1, which is not fun. So, right now I've got the game of League in front of me, and there are 2 masteries that's in the current tree that AD carries go. They go Warlord's Bloodlust, or they go Further Battle. Now, which ones can we see like being brought up to a point where they could be actually seen in the new rune system? Because we got Berserk, which, to be fair, it's not a decent one in this, the current Berserk, but we could probably see something like Further Battle. I think will be a quite decent one, even though the new Berserk actually kind of works like Further, where as you auto-attack, you get more attack speed, rather than AD in the Further Battles case. But I can see them doing it, because they have talked about the idea of having runes that are very similar, but they give you different effects. Because they talked about one, they was talking about the support one, where I think one gives you a ward, one gives you something else. I can't remember exactly, but there was 3 options, because every rune they said, I believe, has 3 options to it, and each one does something different. So the idea behind each rune is the same, but the reward you get from them is different. So, in the case of Berserk, we could get Berserk, which gives you attack speed, then have another version of Berserk, which gives you AD, just like Fervor of Battle, and then another one maybe that gives you movement speed, that help you with kiting. I don't know, just the top of the, just the idea of the top of my head. So it definitely allows them to do it. So I can't see us getting a brand new Fervor of Battle because Berserk is already that, but we could probably see a different version of Berserk, which is a lot more like Fervor of Battle, giving you AD. So what about Warlord's Bloodlust? This is a keystone that I can see them bringing back, and I'm pretty sure it's one of the most popular as well, because I think the two popular ones were, if I remember correctly, it was Thunderlords and then Warlords, I think. I definitely think we'll definitely see Thunderlords, but that's not an AD carry thing, really, unless if you're playing a much more burst-oriented champion, like a burst version of Corki, or a burst version of Vayne, which I've seen, and it's not great, but it works somewhat. But Warlord's Bloodlust is definitely one that I can see coming up, getting an update, becoming better, and it could definitely do with that. Because they can go a lot more above and beyond with this. Now, obviously, Warlord's Bloodlust has had a lot of problems in its past. Well, in its history, really. Because it started off as a option that was really good for AD carries. Every auto attack, you'll get some life back. But the problem with that was it was overbearing. You had insane sustain. They changed it. I think they also changed it to do with crit at one point, or was that the first one? I can't remember. But there was a variant I believe that did with crit, and that was overtuned for Yasuo and Tryndamere, so they had to nerf it down. And then they reworked it, and they kept on reworking it over and over again. And I think it got like 4 or 5 reworks, I believe, until we got to the one that we are at now, which is good, because it actually still helps AD carries, because it is amplified by crit, but it's not overbearing to the point where you just infinitely insane in lane, because in lane, it's decent and helps you get through it, but it's not a free win ticket like it used to be. But that's where I kind of want to end it. What do you guys think about the rune system? Do you guys think there's going to be any new runes in here for AD carries? You can also talk about other roles like mid laners, supports, or whatever. Just any ideas you have, leave them down below. And who knows, maybe some of them might actually be done. We don't know. But I'm going to end it here. Hope you've all enjoyed today. And as always, do all the normal YouTuber stuff. And I'll see you all next time. Till then, everyone. Peace out.